Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to understand event handling mechanism. And in this tutorial, I'm going to give you a demonstration of the following events, like how to use click event, double click, change, mouse over, mouse out, and mouse move event. So even though we have a big list of events, but these are the very common ones. Okay, so let's start understanding these events with the help of examples. So I am going to open the same home.html file which is part of your project folder, and I also have register.html file. So I'm going to write this code in home.html. So let me first close the Explorer so that I can have more space to work with. First of all, I am going to give you a demonstration of click event, and we are going to apply the click event on a division tag where the ID is ABC. Right, so let's go here in a ready function, and here I'm going to write I want a div tag where the ID is ABC, and when I click on this division tag, this function should execute, right? And within the function I need one argument, that is event, and this argument will be provided by the browser automatically, right? And it will retain information about your event. So what kind of event is it, and what is the source element of that event, right? And here I'm going to write alert, you just clicked me, right? And let's save it. Open your browser, refresh your document, and if I click here, see, I got you just clicked me. So this is the division tag uh, where I applied my click event, this one. So this is the division tag, right? So let me go back, and now how can we apply a double click? So I can write dblclick. For double click you need to write dblclick. So now this alert function, this alert message, it will only appear if you double click on a division tag where the ID is ABC, right? So save your document, go back and test your application. Now I am going to click here, nothing is happening. Now let me double click here, I got a message, you just clicked me. So this is how you can use double click. Okay, now I am going to give you an example of mouse over. So let me write mouse over here, and I want to apply this mouse over on a div where the, let me see, yeah, add this one where the class is container. Okay, so I want to apply my mouse over event on this division tag where the class is container, and you know that this is a division tag which is actually holding your menu bar. So if you move your cursor anywhere on the menu bar, so you will get this message, or you can apply some CSS effects, right? So let me go back here and write div dot container. So I want a division tag where the class name is container, and if I move my mouse cursor over this container, then this function should execute, and within this function I can apply some effects, right? So I can even write dollar this dot css, and here I can apply, let's say, color, and color is, let's say, white, right? So when you move your cursor on a division tag which is actually holding your menu bar, right? So the color should be white in that case, right? And dollar this means the item where you are moving your cursor. So right now dollar this is representing a div where the id is where the class name is container. So let me save it, go back, now refresh your page. Now this is my mouse cursor, so you have to look at my mouse cursor. If I move this mouse cursor on my menu bar, see, nothing happens. So let me first check what is happening here. So you can right click, go to the inspect, and see we do not have any syntax error here. So let me find out the issues first. So let's check the issues. Okay, so I am going to apply a white color on a division tag where the ID is where the class name is container. Okay, so you can see that I already have some classes applied on this container, so that is why we are not able to get the exact result. So what I can do here, rather than setting the color, I can change a border, and here I can write 4 pixel, let's say solid white, right? So rest of the code is exactly same. Now go back and refresh your page. Now if I move my cursor on a menu bar, so let me do it. See, I got some shade here, so let me go back and make it dotted, dotted, and let's save it. Go back and refresh here. Now if I click here, see, I got a dotted white color border, right? So, and this happens when I move my cursor on a menu bar, because this menu bar is a part of a division tag where the class name is container. Now I can do one more thing, and if I copy paste this code, and if I write here mouse out, when I move my cursor outside towards the document of your web page, right? In that case, I do not want any border, so I can just make it empty, right? So when I move my cursor inside the container, I will have a 4 pixel dotted white border, and when I move my mouse outside the container, so I will have nothing, right? So let me do it. So let's refresh the page. Now I'm going to move my cursor on a menu bar. See, I got a white dotted border. Now I'm going to move my cursor outside the menu bar, and see, I got nothing. So the border is disappeared. Let me do it again. See my cursor, move in, move out, move in, and move out. So this is about mouse over and mouse out. So we have covered click, double click, mouse over, mouse out, and let me introduce mouse move. So for that, let me write a code here. So, and I'm going to apply the mouse move on my document. So let me write $document dot mouse move, and when you move your mouse on your HTML document, this function should execute, and within this function we can write our code. And let me first erase these two, we do not need it, or you can make a comment, right? So let's make it comment, and within this I'm going to write my code. I'm going to track the mouse position, the XY position of my mouse cursor, and I'm going to display that XY position on a division tag where the ID is results, right? So here I can write where I want the X position, and now you can take help of this event object which is passed by the browser to your function, and it keeps track of the entire detail of your event, and it also holds the XY position of your mouse cursor. So I can write event.clientX for getting the X position of your mouse cursor, and then event.clientY, so it will hold the Y position. And then what I want to make a string, right? And in the string I can write, let's say I'm going to use backward here, and x equals to, I want a dollar, and here I can write x, and I write y equals to, then I need to interpret the value of y, and finally this message will be concatenated by the JavaScript engine. This is the ECMAScript 6 feature, the use of backward, and I have already explained this in my previous lecture. And now once I have a combined message that this x equal to this one and y equal to this one, I can display this message in my division tag where the ID is results, right? And I can write HTML, and here I can write item, right? So let's run this code and see what we would get. So go back here. Now refresh your page. So we need to refresh the page. Now if you move your cursor on your document, see, you can see the XY position of your mouse cursor. If I move this mouse cursor towards this corner, the XY values are smaller. If I go this side, the values are bigger. So it means with the help of mouse move, we can keep track of XY positions. So mouse move means when you are moving your mouse, you do not need to click anywhere. Just drag the mouse. That's it. This is all about all these events. So we have covered click, double click, change, mouse over, mouse out, and mouse move. And in the next lecture, I will give you an idea, a different approach of applying the events on your document.